guys, today we are with Mr. Neel Shah. Mr. Neel Shah is the director of Libero Sports India. Libero Sport is India's first football consultancy, and he spent his 7 years in New York and worked as league director of fan development in Major League Soccer. Hello, Mr. Shah. And first of all, tell us about your experience in MLS.
It was incredible to be in Major League Soccer, to be part of a growing sports league, and to see it go from just a couple of supporters to a couple clubs to something that has become a very important part of the U.S. soccer landscape. And so for me to be heading up fan development, I got to work with the grassroots football community, Hispanics, 18 to 34-year-olds who love football in Europe but didn't like football in the U.S., a lot of the youth footballers. I got to work with all of them and connect them to our clubs, which is something that was a very much an honor and a great experience to be a part of.
So how are you going to apply your experience of MLS in Indian football to improve it?
So first off, before I moved to India 4 years ago, I thought that I could just take whatever I learned in the US and bring it to India. Very quickly I recognized that it's not that easy. India is a completely different country, completely different world in so many ways, and football industry is so different from the US. So although I would like to replicate that, one of the biggest things I'm going to bring over here is just my belief that anything is possible. In the US, nobody thought that soccer could be a very big sport. You had so many other sports. So one is belief. But the other thing that I want to bring is the community-based development, slow and strategic development. So when I work with I-League clubs, I work with them on ways to grow their fan base, and notice that money will come later. But once you grow your supporter base the right way, strategically build the long-lasting emotional connections, then you'll see success maybe 5-6 years later, instead of trying to make money happen out of nothing, as of starting from the top and going down. So that's another thing that I learned in the US that I want to bring to India.
So what do you think about the future of Indian football, considering our current grassroots level players?
Yeah. I think the future is very bright. Now, similar to the US, there was a point where a lot of children like to play football and a lot of children like to watch football. Same in India. There's so many people who know more about European football stars than people in Europe do. And a lot of kids now in places like Goa, Bengal, Northeast, Kerala, even parts of Delhi and Mumbai and Bangalore, they like playing the game. They love playing the game. So I see the future as strong. The important thing in India now is to create some sort of pathways for a 8, 9, 10-year-old boy or girl who loves playing football to be able to actually start to grow through the game. Right now it's not very clear of the system of kind of how you're going to go to the pitches or the streets and play to becoming a Baichung Bhutia or to becoming a Wayne Rooney or becoming a Landon Donovan. It's not clear. In the US there's 5, 6, 7, 8 avenues, US university scholarships, there's high school programs, there's fantastic private clubs. India needs to do a lot more of that with the federation, with private groups, with other NGOs, anybody, to help youth get more pathways. Then we'll start to see the industry really, really take off.
So do you think training our kids on natural grass is desperately cry for the attention, and does it affect our international performances?
It does, it does. I think although people in Brazil or other countries that have done very well internationally, they might have played on dirt pitches in the very beginning, but the better players did eventually play on natural grass, and they did have an opportunity to have very quick passes. Indians tend to kick the ball high in the air and push it down the field, and the reason being is that the surfaces have never been so good. Yet the modern game is a lot, like Spain plays, like Barcelona, they play very quick on the ground, Bayern Munich as well. For India to start to achieve even close to those levels, they need to have better surfaces. So at an age like 8, 9, 10 years old, youth are used to playing on the ground. And they're used to playing and have confidence to touch the ball and pass it to their teammate very quickly rather than just kick it up the field. And I think that's going to be a big shift once we have more infrastructure and playing surfaces that people can play on that are more comfortable and easier to play on.
It's growing with the same pace. It should actually grow in India as compared to other countries.
I don't think so. I think it can grow faster. One of the biggest challenges, one of the biggest opportunities in India is its size. 1.2 billion people, you know, the massive, the different cultures. But one of the biggest challenges in India is its size. Is that there's 28 states, or sometimes 33 if you count others, and and each one has its own state association. And then even within those state associations, everyone has different ideas of how things should happen. Everyone has different, so for money and ideas and concepts to flow from the national body to the pitches of all these 28 states, it takes a lot of joint teamwork, unity, unison, collective thinking, collective movement. And I think India struggles with that at times, especially when you try to bring private and public together. So I don't think the growth of Indian football is moving even nearly as fast as it should. It has much more teamwork and much more kind of trust that needs to be put into place, and vision and long-term growth, or long-term comfort that things won't happen overnight for this to actually grow. But right now I'm not seeing that, and that's been probably the biggest challenge of my time being here, is not seeing things move in unity. It's actually take one step forward, two steps back every single time.
So what do you think? We can nurture players like David Beckham and Ronaldo in upcoming years?
I do. I think anything is possible. Sesa Football Academy, Tata Football Academy. We recently just launched an academy in Pune, Liverpool Academy with DSK Group. There's Chandigarh Football Academy. Now Manchester United has something. FC Barcelona has something here in Gurgaon. Now all these clubs are here, and they're very interested in developing players. And I do believe that when the right player comes at 9, 10, 11 years old into that system, you'll start to see that Indian boys and girls have so much hunger, so much passion, and so much interest to become like those players, David Beckham, Wayne Rooney, whoever it might be. But they've not been given the right nurturing, the right support, the right ecosystem and environment. What we're all trying to do is create that environment in India. So with these programs, with these international clubs. Now if we create that environment, then those boys and girls will get the best opportunity to reach their potential. Now their potential can be a Sachin Tendulkar one day. We've seen Sachin as a boy, and we've seen him now as a man, as a legend. Anything is possible. Same thing is possible for football in India, as long as they have the right environment. And I think, so once the environments are created, we'll start to see those types of results. It will take time, but I don't think it's not possible. I do believe it's possible.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Neel, for being with us.